Monument Valley. John Ford has shot 9 movies here. It's become so identified with him, other directors are convinced that using it as a location would be plagiarism. Surely this would be the place, most conducive to getting Mr. Ford's own thoughts on his craft and art.
11, take 1.
Take 1, more than one take, will shoot.
Mr. Ford, you made a picture called Three Bad Men, which was a large-scale Western. You had a quite elaborate land rush in it.
Mm-hmm.
How did you shoot that?
With a camera.
Isn't The Sun Shines Bright kind of a little picture that you made for yourself? Would that fall in the same?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Ford, I've noticed that that your view of the West has become increasingly sad and melancholy over the years. I'm comparing, for instance, Wagon Master to The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Have you been aware of that change in mood?
No.
Now that I pointed out, is there anything you'd like to say about it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I ask you what particular element about the Western appealed to you from the beginning?
I wouldn't know.
Would you agree that the point of Fort Apache was that the tradition of the Army was more important than one individual?
Cut.
I met Ford, you know. It's when I was about, I think, 15 years old. I met this guy, and this guy asked me questions about what I wanted to be when I got out of college, and I said I want to be a movie director. He said, well, you know, I'm the wrong guy to talk to. I do a television series, but you ought to go next door and talk to the guy in that office over there, right across the hallway from me. I said, oh, who's that? And he said, that's John Ford's office. And he introduced me to the secretary, and John Ford was not back from lunch, but she invited me to sit next in a chair in front of her desk and talk to her for 45 minutes, which I did. And all of a sudden, a man comes into the office dressed like a big game hunter, like safari clothes, floppy hat. He had a patch over his eye. He was chewing on a handkerchief, and he had a cigar in his other hand, and he had lipstick kisses all over his face, but the kind that are put there for fun. You know, it's not smears, but, you know, complete shapes of lips on his forehead, on his cheeks, one on his nose. And he goes into his office without saying hi to his secretary. She grabs a box of Kleenex, and she runs after him, closes the door. Comes out 4 minutes later, and she says, look, Mr. Ford will see you, but he only will give you 1 minute. So I walked into the office, and Ford's sitting behind his desk with these great boots. I don't know whether they were cowboy boots, but they were boots, and they were on his desk. And he said, so you want to be a picture maker? And I said, yes, sir. You know, I want to be a movie director. He said, what do you know about movies? And I said, well, I've been making these little 8mm dramas in Arizona where I live when I go to high school. And he said, what do you know about art? And I said, well, I think I was just stuttering, like I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, you see those paintings around the office? Walk over to the first one. He had these Western paintings. And he said, tell me what you see in that first painting. And I said, well, there's an Indian on a horse, and he said, no. Where's the horizon? Can't you find the horizon? So I pointed to the horizon. He said, don't point. Where is it? Look at the whole picture. Where's the horizon? I said, what's at the very bottom of the painting? He said, fine. Go to the next one. I go to the next painting. He says, where's the horizon on that painting? I looked at it, and I said, it's at the very, very top of the painting. He said, okay, get over here. I walked over to his desk. I'm standing now. He's still sitting. He said, when you can come to the conclusion that putting the horizon at the bottom of a frame or the top of the frame is a lot better than putting the horizon right in the middle of the frame, then you may someday make a good picture maker. Now get out of here.